my Cody was a GD, and I'm a white dude. He's black, I'm white. He's GD, I'm nothing. We were cellmates. At first, his team was like, yo, but then we pulled them in there, and we showed them my pictures, how we grew up together, we were raised together, and we had mad pictures of us together and all that. So they were like, oh, that's his boy. You got a moment when they see you down, just know they love it.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Bounce Back Podcast. I am your host, B. Luke. Special guest with me today. So without further ado, why don't you tell the people your name, where you're from, and just a little bit about yourself.
Joey Samoset. I'm from Haverhill, Massachusetts. Yeah, I mean, you know, I grew up in Haverhill, bounced back and forth from Lawrence and stuff like that. The struggle's real. I started young, brother. You know what I mean? Like 11 years old. Even probably before that, I was just like a troubled youth, you know what I mean?
So let's bring it back to that.
All right.
Coming up, talk to me about what your household was like. Because you have both parents. You got any siblings? Only child?
I got a younger sister. We're Irish twins, so we're the same age for 1 month, you know what I mean? She's 11 months older than her. So, yeah, I had her, I had my mom, my step-pops, he's my dad, you know what I mean? I would have thought he was my dad because he's been there since I was 1, but, you know, raising me, he told me, you know, I'm not your biological pops and whatnot. But, yeah, much love for him, he's been there. But, you know, they had their struggles.
You
know what I'm saying? So, like, at a young age, my mom was like, smoking coke and addicted to, you know, but she held the house down. But any extra bread she had, you know, in the room for the...
Why don't you just talk a little bit about what that was like growing up?
I saw some things, man, you know, but they cared, you know. It was like they worked and they tried to maintain the household. But really, you know, like I said, with the extra bread, they trapped in the room. I'm 13, 12 years old, then my pop, you know, let me stop right there. At 13, you know, I have all the friends over. She don't give a damn because she's... You know,
right.
Locked
the cool
in
mom,
but you know, she's doing her thing, so she don't have to pay attention to us really. But she feels safe because we're in the house. You know what I mean? We're young and whatnot. So I mean, I noticed like something was up at a young age. You know what I mean? And her doing her thing made her personal time like really committed to what she was doing in her bedroom, which was, you know, getting down with the you know what I mean, the white girl.
What age did your stepfather, your mom, have this talk where he tells you like, I'm not your biological father?
I would say around like 8, 9 years old. Maybe 7.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I got a good memory, so but yeah, I was young and I thought he was my real dad, you know what I mean?
So talk about that experience. I mean, what kind of emotions are going through you at that point?
I was shocked, you know, because we even kind of look alike, so it's crazy, you know what I mean? He's slim, I'm slim, little dude, not, you know, average size guys, whatever. But yeah, I just took it like, what do you mean? Like, he's my dad. He's all, you know what I mean?
Right. You had no recollection of anything
but him.
Right.
Correct. So like, I kind of just shrugged it off. Like in my head, he was still my dad. You know what I mean?
At this point, do you start to wonder about your biological dad, or was this part of the conversation that was had?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I did. You know what I mean? And I guess he was like homeless, you know what I mean? Sipping on, he was addicted to the bottle, you know what I mean? That was his thing. He did other things too, but yeah, so at that time when I realized that, it was kind of weird because when my mom and George told me that, right after, soon later, I got a phone call from my dad. He was in prison, not prison, but like Middleton. He was in the county, and he called me, but hey kid, and it was that my mom was like, yo, your biological dad's on the phone, whatnot. It was just weird, you know what I mean?
Was that a common theme for him to be in jail and in and out, or?
Yeah, pretty not serious, you know. It was just like, you know, a drunk on the streets, you know, disorderly. It'd show up at houses and like, you know, just act a fool. Did
you start to develop some sort of relationship? I mean, you got that phone call.
I mean, no, he kind of like, I don't know, it was like once a year type. I'd see him and would hang out, like kind of like friends. But that was as like I was like 13, 14. Now I'm more in the streets, you know, I'm with all my boys and stuff. And one of my good friends, his dad took in my dad. So my real father ended up living at one of my friends' house. So I kind of, at that age, kind of bumping into him all the time.
Okay. Now, as far as like the stepfather goes, was he kind of into the same things as mom?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, big time. But my mom was more like, my dad was more of a worker. Like even when he's home, he's working. You know what I'm saying? He's a builder, he's a framer. So like.
So that's a good thing for, you know, a kid to see a man getting up, going to work every day. Do you agree?
Oh, absolutely. No matter what, you got to, bro. It has to be done. Routine, work, spare time will kill you, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Too much of it.
What are some positives about, nobody's perfect, sure, but what, in your opinion, what are some positives about having that male figure in the house?
I mean, like, he taught me pretty much. Every good quality I have came from pretty much him. You know what I'm saying? I watched his routine. I watched how he got up every morning, no matter what. Dude, he cut his arm off working. You know what I mean?
Wow,
I saw
damn.
kicked on him, but went through both bones. Had like 13 surgeries. He still can't move his wrist. Guy's still active, bro. Up on roofs, building houses, and he works at Home Depot. So on his spare time he's building houses up on roofs. That's the kind of work ethic I learned from him. You know what I mean?
Did you ever see that as a inspiration? Like, this dude can make all the excuses in the world, but he doesn't. And did you start working yourself early, or is that
Oh,
something that
absolutely.
came
He
later?
took me under the wing right
Okay.
away, right when I was old enough to work, like 16, 15. Took me under the wing, got me a job doing pouring concrete.
Okay.
So I would just like strip panels or whatnot, or tie rebar, or stuff like that. He was teaching me the ropes. Yeah.
So a lot of people, they don't have that father figure or any positive male role model in their life, despite whatever problems people may have. Why do you think that that's important for young boys, young men, even little girls too, to have their father around during those key years?
Oh man, it's crucial. You need a positive, some type, positive. Because I ain't gonna say he was all positive.
Right.
But he showed me good qualities. He hid the other stuff, so I never really, I knew what was up,
Right.
but I didn't see it or whatnot.
Yeah.
So, but having that male figure at a young age, doing, working hard no matter what, going right after surgeries, going back to work, showing me that, to be a man, you got to take care of the house, you got to take care of the family. So he showed me that, and I like, that's a good quality. I always get up and I never call out, bro. I go to work unless I'm like dead. I'll call, you know what I mean? I have to. It's just in me. That's what type of quality he gave me.
So other than the work ethic, which is great, anything else that he instilled as you, maybe as far as morals and values that you still maybe carry today?
Oh, absolutely. He taught me, like, to respect, just off the rip, you have to give respect. It's crucial. My big thing is loyalty, trust. All them type of qualities came from this guy. He's solid, you know what I mean? His word's his word. If he says he's gonna do something, he does it. And that's how I like to be. I don't like to BS nobody, you know what I mean? If I say something, 99, and like I said, unless I'm in a car accident or something crazy happens, I'm gonna come through, And I learned that from watching this guy do it and always coming through. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm a Cambridge boy. I don't know too much about Haverhill. So why don't you kind of talk to me about what Haverhill was like growing up for you?
I mean, Haverhill was it was like a mixture of everybody in there. Like black, Spanish, white, all that. I had like a little crew that I ran with back then. I had like 2 crews. You know what I mean? Because like it was weird. Because like how like girlfriends get involved and whatnot. But yeah, so I had always, I have my rap crew. Like, I like to, freestyle. We like to make beats and whatnot. Vibe out, smoke a blunt. That's how I started doing that at like 16. And I like going to house parties and just like, battling people and whatnot. I had those that crew. And then I had, my guys that were like on the other side, busting plays, trying to get to the money, and had other things going on in their life. So, I mean, to me, Haverhill is, it's not good for me.
Did you eventually gravitate towards one of those crews more than the other? And I take it, was that the crew that was getting in trouble? And why do you think that was?
I mean, the money, I would say, was number one, because, I don't like being broke. Nobody likes being broke. And I always had an aspiration to make music. In order to make music, you need dollars. Nothing's cheap, you know what I'm saying? So I gravitated a little bit. I was still, trying to do my thing. In 2010, me and my guys, we dropped a few tracks and whatnot. My man Trigger, Young Trigger, he's still rhyming to this day. Elijah, Young Trigger. He got a little buzz and whatnot. But yeah, FM. I was rapping with them guys and doing my thing in the studio a couple times. But I gravitated towards the negative, bro. Just to try to get that bag. I don't know why I convinced myself to do that, to do something legit. I gotta go do something illegal to try and make it happen legit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, why do you think that was? Was it just that's just one of the misconceptions that people have? Like, I gotta hustle to get this money for that. When it's like you go work at stock market or something, save. Or was it the instant gratification of it? It's my money. I want it now. Like J.G. Wentworth.
Absolutely, brother. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I got no patience, bro. I want it now. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's mine.
Instant gratification.
Why you hold? I work hard for that. I gotta wait a month. I earned that money in the beginning of the month. It's the end of the month. What's going on? You know what I mean? Like, but nah, I'm definitely learning how to control it. You know, it's hard, bro. It's hard. Like I want to flip out sometimes, but I'm learning and I just want to stay on track.
When you're used to, getting money, it comes every day, right? It's not just once a week or once every other week. You spend it a little different, and that's an adjustment. Fair to say, if you're just working legit.
Absolutely, brother. It's a big adjustment because I was used to like blowing like. I was an addict too, so I was used to just blowing work and blowing money, and waking up because I know the next morning my phone's gonna buzz and I'm gonna have something back at it. So, I never like to go to bed empty-handed either. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have something. But and I caught a little buzz doing that. That's what pulled me too. Yeah. So I started and everybody, all the guys I know that I trapped, they're slacking, playing video games, smoking blunts, getting phone calls, not tending to them. Right. And when I started trapping, I started getting on it. You know what I'm saying?
And especially you start getting those quick dollars. That in itself can be an addiction too. Fair to say?
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
So talk about your life as like a student. Did you do well in school as far as grades and stuff? Were you getting in a lot of trouble?
Always in trouble. Suspended, fighting with teachers, principals. I was in school, alternative schools, getting restrained. Yeah. Why would these people are restraining me for what? I'm just trying to, I didn't attack the teacher. Right. I get it. I was a trouble youth. Yeah. So I ended up getting kicked out in 7th grade the first day. And it was alternative schools for DYS schools because I was in and out of DYS committed. I got committed at 13, so they kind of owned me, really. Okay. They put me wherever they wanted.
Was that the first alternative school where they actually kicked you out, or were you?
That was the first alternative school that I,
But so you were already getting in trouble with the law. So just talk about that experience. When you first started getting in trouble with the law?
Well, I probably got my first arrest that had to do with school, breaking windows. I think it was like that. I was throwing rocks at windows with my boys or whatnot, stupid, foolish stuff. But so that kicked it off, and obviously fighting at school, with other students, teachers, whatever. On a bus, I kicked out a window on a, the short buses, the little, they're like vans, white vans. Yeah. So
I think the sign pops up.
Yeah, we was on the highway. They had to drive me a half hour just to school. We was on the highway one time. I don't know. I just was bugging out. I had one of my tantrums. I didn't want to go to school. Told her to stop the bus. She didn't. I kicked out the window, and I got arrested.
Do you ever think, looking back, maybe not at the time, you might not have knew, that maybe the stuff that was going on at home kind of affected your behavior in school?
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, it had to have, because, that's what I see. That's what I know. That's what made me, you know what I'm saying, growing up. But I don't know. Maybe it was, I just can't, maybe she needed to spend more time. Maybe she was an addict herself, too. So I had to, bear with that. And it was hard seeing that, watching her try to get clean, watching her try to hold the job. Stuff, getting me up for school, my sister, stuff like that. So, but my grandmother played a big role too. So I lived with my grandmother pretty much. Okay. I never lived with my mom really. Okay. My mom used to come and live with us from time to time, but for the most part, I was always at Gram's house. Okay. Yeah.
So, how important was the role she played in your life, man?
Oh, she played a big role, man. I loved her to death. She was always. I look like her son too. My uncle, I met him I guess when I was 1, but he drowned in a pond in Haverhill. So when I looked like him, she kind of pampered me, And I was her first grandkid too, so that kind of played a role. But yeah, she was always there for me. And when I used to have spasms as a younger little kid, she used to make me lay on the couch with her and she'll calm me down. And, she was always there, man.
Shout out to the grandmother.
Yeah,
shout out to my grandmother. Rest in peace to mom.
R.I.P. Yeah, for sure. For mine too, yours too, man.
Absolutely, rest in peace. So, you're throwing rocks at the windows, right? I take it they don't really lock you up for that. What happens? Probation or something?
No, yeah,
probation,
that time
community service. What goes on?
That time it was a chins, I believe.
A chins,
yes.
okay.
That
so break that down for people who might not know what a chins is, right? I don't know if that's
a chins
you
is
might
like
call it something different in every state. So
right.
I'm not sure.
It's like kind of like supervision for juveniles, almost like probation, but not really. They just make sure you attend school, make sure you do, what you're supposed to do. Too many absences, they come to your house, hey, what's going on, what's up? They talk to your parents, they let them know, hey, we can't have this and whatnot. But I wasn't on that for long.
So is it like a similar to DSS kind of thing?
Similar, yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
What would you say would be the difference if you could think about it?
The difference is you deal with the courthouse on a chance.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You're not dealing with the social workers.
Right, correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So what events lead up to that first time where you got to actually sit in juvenile or be locked up? Door closes, can't go home, you're there till whatever, next court date or whatever they say. Talk about what leads up to that. You on probation that gets violated and then what?
So I was on the chins and, I went to a Halloween party, me and my friends, and kid ended up getting jumped and beat up real bad, and I guess the next morning he went home and told his mom, and they ended up calling the cops, and he said I was one of them, and whatnot. So obviously they came, arrested me, and they put me at $1,000 bail. My mom didn't,
right,
she didn't.
For sure.
So I sat for like 7. They ended up getting it, but I sat for a week at Grafton, Westboro or Grafton, one of them.
Okay.
And I think it was Grafton. I sat there for like 7 days, and then they bailed me out.
Okay, so Grafton, just talk about that experience. Like, I know for me, when I was juvenile, we went to Metro with the Boston kids. Like, who's in Grafton? Is it the Lawrence kids? Is it like a Essex County thing?
Yeah, well, Worcester County too. So it's
okay.
Worcester's there. You got like all the surrounding towns of Worcester. Essex County's there.
Okay.
I didn't see. I'm not sure. Lowell.
Okay.
So Middlesex is there. It's like Westboro, Worcester, Grafton. That's where all the juveniles from my county was. You know what I'm saying? And then you had like I ended up in Harvard Street. Spectrum Boys.
Okay.
I was there for like. Me and I don't know, like 6 months, because I got kicked out of Westboro. I was acting up.
Okay.
So they sent me over there, and I was there for a little while. Then I got sentenced to a program by my caseworker.
So what do you mean by acting up? What's going on? You getting into fights?
I had fights, you know what I mean? But, back then, you want to be cool. We had a little crew, try to act like we were like in gang members and stuff, but we weren't, it's just a made up shit. But, just banging out, acting stupid.
Yeah.
Young and dumb, and, not really paying attention to life. You know what I mean?
Now you get to Spectrum on Harvard Street. If you were to, I guess, point out some main differences that stood out to you, maybe looking back or even when you first got there, was there anything you noticed off the rip as far as
county-wise? Like,
as far as the difference of what's going on? Are you locked in more? Is it the people? Is it a lot more fights? Is it less fights? Is it people testing you?
Oh yeah, as soon as I had some brand new Air Force 2s at the time. I think it was like 02. Maybe 02, 01, and I'm white.
Okay.
So
that's similar to around the time I was in those places. Right. Yep. 02, 01.
So I'm white, first of all, and I had some brand new jump offs. They let you wear your flip flops and whatnot, but when you go play ball and whatever. So when I walked in, they was all playing cards. Now it's not my county, but they have 5 beds available for our county, like to ship people there. You know what I mean? So one of those beds happened to be my good friend. You know what I'm saying? We ended up getting Shirley. But as soon as I walked in, they were like, we jacking those. You know what I mean? So I don't know if he was like from the Franklin Field Project or, I ended up, introducing myself and we got cool, whatnot. I got in 2 fights over there. And
so what kind of things are these fights over? I mean,
gang.
Like,
yeah.
So
well, it was made up.
Yeah.
Like to me, I don't know what I was doing. But being stupid, I don't know, because I was never a legit gang member. You know
okay, so were you like claiming a gang that was already a gang, or does the G Unit you made up your own gang?
Yeah, we had our own little
something different.
We had our own little squad from Haverhill, but it was more like we try to make it like a music thing, but it didn't, and we repped it though. You know what I'm saying? And then it was more like. We chose a side when we went in, because it was all gang politics everywhere, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So when we went into DY, it was like we either rock with the 5 or you rock with the 6. Or I was never official any and none of them, but like I got cool with one side at that time, which was like the 5s, you know, the Bloods, the Outlaws, Baby Outlaws. You know, I was cool with a couple like TRG cats from Lowell and stuff like that, but...
You ever get to a point where it's like, what am I even doing with all this?
Yeah, dude. I look back now and I'm baffled on like my decisions I made, bro. I don't, but I guess, you know, that's what's wrong with my head. I don't know.
It happens. I feel like we make the best decisions that in the moment, right? That's all we can do, and see where that goes. So you go to Harvard Street Spectrum, and then you said you went somewhere else after that.
I went to a program.
Yeah,
boot camp.
Okay.
Actually, yeah.
Plymouth Forestry?
Nope. It was I did Forestry though too. That was right when I got committed. I did assessment. They assessed me. I went to Forestry.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was over 4 weeks or whatever.
Okay.
Card, yeah.
Is that where you went after Spectrum?
No, after Spectrum, I went to a 90-day boot camp. Okay. It's called Spectrum 2. It was in Worcester.
Okay.
Yeah.
So talk about that. Like, what's the average day? Talk about your first day there. I guess it's a bit different, right? When you wake up, 0600, get ready to go into it.
So, as soon as I get there, you know, it's all military protocol, you know, attention, left face, bow face. You got to dress proper. Your bed got to be at a 45-degree angle. It's, Right. You got to be able to bounce a coin. You got to have, you know, it's crazy, yeah. But I did. I killed it. I crushed it, bro.
Did this take time off of your sentence? Were you able to get out?
Yep.
Okay.
She said become squad leader or platoon leader, and I'll let you go.
Okay.
So I did. I got right when I came from Harvard off the rip. I knocked somebody out in Westboro in the kitchen, in the Worcester or whatever in boot camp. And then she came to visit me because they called her like, "Yo, you got in a fight his first 2 days."
Yeah.
And she came. She's like, "Listen, I'm not gonna let you go unless you show me that you can do good.
Yeah.
So you either make squad leader or platoon leader." And you can go home.
Well, I think a lot of times too that people, they don't understand when you get into a fight in these places. It's not just like, let me pick on some random kid, let me be a bully.
Right.
There's a lot that goes into that. It's almost like these situations are almost forced upon us sometimes. I mean, what was the situation where why you end up getting in a fight at Forestry?
It was our turn to be in the dish room. There was 3 of us. It was like rinse, wipe, and dry or something like that. And I was rinsing. And I turned my back for a minute, and he grabbed the rinser and started rinsing. I'm like, "Yo, bro, I'm rinsing, you know what I mean? That's my job." And he's like, "Kick rocks." He was from Worcester. Like, I think he was from the Valley or something like that. But he was, you know, we were young, you know what I mean? And he called me a bitch. He ended up calling me a bitch. Yeah. I didn't say nothing after that. You already know.
And that's one of those, you know, for people that, those are those sacred words that you don't say inside those places, right? Say those. Why is that? For the people that don't know.
I mean, dude, it's just, I have no idea, bro. It's just.
It's been like that before.
It's been like that, bro. It cannot happen. If it happens and people see it, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like.
You let someone call you that, they're going to treat you like that for sure.
Absolutely, bro.
And you go home from there? From Forestry? I mean, from the boot camp? Yeah, Spectrum?
I ended up making squad leader that time. It took me like 115 days. It's a 90 to 120 day program. So it took me like 115 days. I made it. She let me. She actually stepped me. She made me go home for like 4 weekends from Friday to Sunday.
Yeah.
I stayed at the house, come back, and then she let me
try to like wean you into it or something. Right. Do they help you with any like reentry stuff? Maybe even before you get out, talk to you about the importance of developing a plan, or did you even have a plan? Or
at that moment, it was just school.
Yeah. Stay in school. Okay.
So everything from caseworker to DYS was school. And in that, obviously in DYS you go to school Monday to Friday, like a real school. Yeah. So it was forced upon you. That's pretty much where I learned everything, was right there. And
what grade were you in when you get out? Now you got to go to school.
I get out and I'm supposed to be in 9th grade.
Okay.
But I don't want to go to alternative schools. I feel like it's like a jail. It's like setting me up. So I asked my mom to try to get me back in the public schools so I could play sports, you know, do something. And alternative school is like 30 people, no sports, no gym, it's just crazy, bro. Like a room full of. So
was she able to get you into the public school?
She tried.
Okay.
We had a meeting at City Hall with some school officials or whatever they are, so superintendents or
They
whatever.
weren't having it.
They weren't having it.
And so you had to go where? To an alternative school? Did you go, or did?
I mean, I went for a couple days. Yeah.
So what happens? Do you end up graduating? Do you get locked up again?
No, I just,
kicked
yeah,
out?
I end up going to the alternative school for a little while in Salisbury. But then I go on the run AWOL. It's called AWOL. I go AWOL.
Yep.
I was an AWOL kid. I went AWOL a lot. So
Okay.
it gave me an excuse too not to be.
So where are you going on the run? I mean, you got friends, other family members. I mean, life on the run could be a little difficult.
At that young age, I was getting adrenaline off it. Like I was almost teasing the cops.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Smoking blunts on the corner when it was illegal. I got arrested for that one too. But you know, I wanted the action at that, especially from them because I fucking. You know.
Why do you think that is? That when we're at that young age, that's the mindset. If you had a narrow, is it just age alone and the brain not being developed? Is it the environment?
I mean,
everything combined. If you were to make an opinion on that,
I mean, for me, my opinion, for me personally, I know that upstairs I'm not all, you know.
Yeah.
If I don't do what I do right now, then stuff bad will happen. You know what I mean? My mind's, you know, but just seeing stuff out there in the streets, whether it be, you know, people calling you a bitch and you have to fight, and if you don't, you're gonna be victimized, or whether it be people, you know, trapping or whatever the case may be, that, you know, visualization and seeing all that shit growing up and in the streets, it just,
Right. So let's talk about the addiction part. When does that become part of the story where you become, I mean, it's part of your story from the jump, obviously, with your family and everything like that, but when do you start getting involved with that? What was the first thing you did? Weed and drinking, and then it escalated?
Yeah, I was smoking weed at 13, drinking like old English 40s, fucking
Private Star,
Special Brew, and King Cobra, all that shit. Doing, but not all the time. Weed, I kind of smoke. Whenever I could get it, I would smoke it. You know what I mean? At that time, it was trash anyway. We was rolling Philly blunts and doing silly shit.
And this is when you're hustling too. That's where you're getting the money for this. Are you working at the same time?
Yeah, no,
a little bit of
I
both?
was like hustling a little weed and stuff back when I was younger. My boy had a good plug at the time. He was bubbling. He had to me it was crazy. I see him pull up in a little Ford Escort with a bra on it. It's like 99, 2000. I'm like, who's this dude? Got a little 13-inch rims and hubcaps on it. Thinks he's stunting, but nah. Yes, I had a little bit of weed to take care of that. And I used to, I used to play dumb a lot. Like, yo, Mom, can I go to Skateland? Like, or can I go here? I need a couple dollars and whatnot. And it would give me time to be free too if she was on my back type.
For sure.
Yeah.
So when does it escalate to something a little stronger than the weed?
Well, I developed like addiction to opiates like later, like not later, but like at 27.
Okay.
Like around there, but like I always partied, smoked weed, did ecstasy, sniffed coke, but I never stayed. I guess I had an alcoholic problem from like 23 to like 27. So I started the opiates.
Gotcha.
I was probably drinking every day, and because growing up I thought that shit was trash because I see my parents on it, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I'll never do that shit. That's just fucking whack. And then
life happens, man. So how do you end up being done with the juvenile system? Do you end up aging out from the inside? Do you complete your commitment from the outside?
Well, I get out of the boot camp. That was my last one because I was like 16 at the time. They let me out. I go AWOL. I catch a case. But now right when I turn 17, I catch a case. I bottled some dude and he ratted or whatnot. But I catch that case. They give me 2.5 years suspended, 2.5 years probation, 2.5 years split sentence, 1 year to serve, 18 months suspended, and I'm still committed to DYS.
Oh damn!
So I go in. I go in for the year, and I get parole after 6 months, but I have to get permission from DYS. So they have to come to I'm at Lawrence Farm. They come, and I'm like, yo, you're gonna like seriously put me in juvenile hall after I just did a county bid?
Right.
She's like, nah, I would never do that. She's like, see you later. Like,
they'll be done with you.
Anyway.
So did you get up to Middleton? Did you go right to the farm? How's that work? You go to classification?
So right when I got to Middleton, at that point it was 03. I went new man 7 days in the hole. Then I hit 120B. I was pretrial, you know what I'm saying, fighting the case. Then I hit 240D. I was there for like 6 months. No, not 6 months. That was the next bid, the 9 months. But I was there for like 240D for like probably 60 to 90 days.
Okay.
I copped out to the that whole split sentence,
Okay.
and DYS let me go, and yeah.
So how much time did you have in on that year by the time you copped out?
I had, yeah. So you're right. So when I did cop out, I went kind of straight to classifications, then to the farm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long did you spend at the farm?
I was at the farm for probably like a month and a half, 2 months. I seen parole right away.
Okay.
Yeah, DYS came.
So talk about the farm a little bit. What's that like? Is it a dorm situation? It's minimum security?
It's minimum, yep. It's there's a building, the annex. Well, when I was there, last time I left was '09, but the annex and then the main building, then the back building. The annex is 4 dorms.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's where like highway crews at, and like, you know, if you get in trouble, they ship you back there.
Yeah.
Whatnot. It's like Newman.
What kind of crew did they put you on? The highway?
Yeah, I got on the highway the first time there, and then I got on a community service crew, like follow, like, you know, kept going back and whatnot.
Yep.
Yes, just graffiti crew, I think it was. Yeah, at the time.
And did you get parole?
Yeah, I got it. She let me
okay.
go. DYS let me go.
Okay, where do you go for parole?
I paroled to my grandmother's house. My mom lives there too. Like
Okay.
I said, she's off and on there. You know.
And at this point, how old are you, and what's the school situation? Did you get your GED while you were in there, or what happened?
So I'm
What's that?
17, just about to be 18. I think it's like June. My birthday's August 11th, so
Okay.
it's coming up
All right,
Sunday.
yeah,
But yeah,
sure.
yeah, no doubt, appreciate it. But yeah, fucking my fault. I lost the.
So when you get out on parole,
I'll go down.
were you still required to go to school? I mean, not required, but were you still at that age where you
Yes,
should have been
I
in
did.
school, or
I
did you get your GED, or what
I
happened?
didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's fine. No, go.
Fucking yeah. So I got out, went to Graham's. I did try to go back to public school. I was 17, but they try to put me as a freshman. They said I would be required as a freshman.
Wow.
So they said they didn't let it happen anyway. So
Yeah.
I tried though. We went to another meeting with my
Yep.
mom. I wanted to play sports.
Yeah.
I like sports. I played like little league baseball,
Yep.
pop on a football. I love sports, dude.
What is it about sports that you like? Just the competitive nature, the
Yeah.
camaraderie, the brotherhood?
Yes, all of it, bro.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, as long as you're playing a fair, good game and respect, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying, comes a long way too. Like, don't do intentional stuff. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I like good sportsmanship. I
sure.
like you to talk shit to me too.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Right.
'Cause if I'm playing the sport, I'm at least decent at it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So
Okay. How long was the parole last? Did you complete it? What happens?
I went on the run after a month.
Okay, so talk about that. What leads up to that?
So, yeah, I'm getting out. I'm drinking again, acting stupid. I ended up getting cool with this girl. She was my friend like my whole life and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But we ended up getting together. That was like a mess.
Yeah.
So I ended up going on the run. I link up with her because she let me live with her.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm on the run, right? It's been like I link up with her. She let me live with her. I'm on the run.
You just go on the run. You just stop checking in,
Yeah,
or what happened? Okay.
Yeah, I just, fuck them.
Okay. Yep.
I mean, and I don't stay. I leave the crib. I make sure I'm not around the neighborhood and the people they know me to be around.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't know this chick. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really knows her.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up getting cool with her. I already know her though.
Mm-hmm.
A couple people did. She let me live with her, bro. We ended up getting in a relationship. She got pregnant while I was on the run.
Okay.
So they bagged me at her crib. Somebody must have told her whatnot. They raided her crib. I tried getting away, hide and whatnot. They bagged me. And yeah.
Okay. So now, how much time do you have to how much time you have to wrap up?
I got to do that 18 months, bro.
So you had to finish the 18 months?
Yep, and I had the parole. So it was kind of like, they made me like, it was weird. I was pre-trial when I ran in, but I was trying to serve my parole time right off the rip. You get what I'm
Got
saying?
you, yeah.
And I was pre-trial for like another 5 to 6 months.
Damn.
Yeah.
They didn't violate your parole right
They
off the
had
rip?
me on a detainer the whole time, bro.
Wow.
They wouldn't even let me stop my time. So all I ended up beating, because I caught a case. Oh, my bad. I caught a case.
Okay, that makes a little more sense
Yeah.
now. Yeah. Okay,
I
so you
caught
caught
a
a case while you were on the run?
Yes, when I tried to get away from them.
Oh,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
was it like? If resisting arrest kind of deal?
a bunch of stupid
Wow,
stuff.
okay.
And so I caught the case. It ends up being nothing. Gets
Yep.
thrown out. But now I did just for 5-6 months for free, and now the parole shit kicks in.
Dead time, pretty
And
much.
it's only 4 months I owe them. I said, yo, I just did that. Oh, no, you was pre-trial fighting the case. I
Right.
said, the case is dismissed.
Yep.
Like, what's going on?
Now, when you finish the parole, you get out on probation still? They're suspended, or did
Yeah,
they wrap
both.
up? Okay.
Yeah.
So you get out, you just finished your parole bid
I
in
do.
you have what? How much is 2.5 suspended?
Yeah, well, 18 months.
18 months, okay.
But I ended up doing that. I ended up doing it all.
How long were you out when you wrapped up your parole until you had to come back to finish it?
33 days.
33 days.
Yes, and my daughter was just born.
Wow. Okay. So, like, kind of walk me through your mind state when, okay, you're about to wrap up your parole bid, right? You know, we got this hanging over your head. Now you got a kid on the way.
Yeah.
What's going through your? Did you have any inclination to want to get straight and get your life together?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I came out with a plan, bro. And
Talk about that plan.
And I was executing it. So my plan was to. Matter of fact, where I'm working right now is where I was trying to work back almost 20 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. So my plan was to come out, take care of my daughter, take care of my responsibilities, get a job, do the right thing. You know what I mean? My daughter was just born.
Yeah.
I was at the farm again. They actually let me go. She got born at Lawrence General, which ain't too far.
Oh.
So they didn't let me see the birth, but they bring me to see my kid.
Wow.
Yeah, I only had like a week to wrap anyway.
Minimum security,
Yeah.
So talk about that experience. I mean, what's going through your head? You must be ready to like, okay, I want to get out and do the right thing. And
absolutely, I'm excited. I just seen my daughter for the first time. I want to get out. I want to work. I want to prove to them that I'm not just some fuck up or statistic, actually.
So you get out 33 days. Kind of just briefly walk me through those 33 days. You get out.
So
you start looking for that job. Do you not get it? How do you?
Yeah, it's crazy. So I end up getting out. I had an old Vita car that she had traded in and put some money down to get a new car. So not a new car, but like a used car. She got like a Mitsubishi Galant, but it was decent. I think it was like '01, and we was in like I don't know '03.
Right. Oh, okay. So that's fairly new.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it was decent. She had that. She bring me to the job. I got the interview. I was just waiting on a response. Obviously, I didn't go. I got out for like the first week. I try to buy some clothes, see what she got me. Try to get my hair cut. Have a good time with the fellas too, but also spend time with my daughter. So I did. I was doing good, bro. Not besides the 1 or 2 times I decided to go out with my guys.
Yeah, and what happened then? Did you get arrested? Did you? Yeah. Is this the point where addiction's part of your life? Yeah, is it still before that?
Well, it's alcohol.
But that's
a little bit
just
of worse.
Absolutely.
Decisions are wild on alcohol.
Absolutely.
So, but I was still trying to make the right decision. But I can't tell people what to do, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I caught 5 years for free.
Okay.
Yeah.
So talk about that. What kind? You go out with your friends one night and
I go. So this night's crazy. I go out. We're all partying at my man's, girls, whatever. My guys are there. My boy Sully at the time, matter of fact, he's in 120B right now. But shout out Sully, free Sully. But he started, dude, it's a crazy story. But yeah, so I get out. I fucking lost track.
Yeah. So what happens? You get arrested that night?
I got arrested.
You said you did 5 years. Yeah, you did 5. You don't have to get into all the details if you don't want, especially it involves other people. But
he's
the gist of it.
His story just went in my mind and I lost track because it's so wild. But yeah, so that night we all drinking, we get drunk. I asked him if I could use his car. Long story short, I crash it. So that's the beginning of the
drinking and driving.
Yeah,
at least.
I don't get arrested though. I flee the scene. I don't got a license. You know what I'm saying? So I flee the scene, and it's his new hooked up Maxima. I was like, it felt bad. Yeah. I try to get to him as quick as possible. He ends up driving and meeting us. He's with his wife and his wife's sister. Now they're drunk too, acting a fool. Right. I'm trying to talk to this kid, and I'm with my mans, and whatever. He's bickering back and forth with the chicks, and the chick's like, I'm gonna get your boy. I'm gonna call my boyfriend. He's gonna come down here and beat all you up or some whatever crazy. I ain't even paying attention because I'm trying to talk to my guy. Like, I'm gonna pay for it. I got you.
Right.
And she did. She called her boyfriend, bro. They came 2 cars deep. I ain't gonna lie. They asked me, where's Joey? I don't know why they were looking for me because I wasn't bickering back. You know what I mean? Because I was the one who crashed the car. I wasn't the one arguing with the bitches. So, they were like, I was walking with a girl, and they were like, you seen Joey around? This kid Joey, bro? I'm like, nah, man. I kept it pushing.
Right.
And my man's like 10 feet behind me walking with another girl. They go up to him. And he's drunk. He's like, I'm Germ or whatever, says his name and starts, what's up? He ended up knowing one of them. Whatnot. I didn't care. I just didn't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
I kept it moving.
Yep.
I called my boy to pick me up. My man Debo, he came through, picked me up. We went to my boy Chiz. And long story short, he was fighting with his girl. He was already pissed. He was like, dudes were trying to jump you. I was like, yeah, but it ain't nothing. They didn't touch me. Ain't nothing happened, dog. He's like, nah, F that. You know, he did some stupid shit. And he's like, I'm doing this for you. I'm like, nah, you're just mad, bro. You just want to take out some aggression, bro. Just chill out, bro. Get relaxed. And it ended up to him friggin', I don't know what he did. Blam that. I couldn't even see what he was blaming. And I had no idea he was going to do it. So, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm not going to say anything.
So what happens? How does the arrest come?
You
get arrested on the spot? You get a warrant put out for you? People,
nah,
you know?
Me and D, we sped off, fled the scene. Dumbass don't listen to me. They crashed the car. Me and Debo in the backseat. We hop out. We run. He stays with his girl. My man Chiz stays with his girl because she crashed her car. And yeah, he's stupid for that. He made up a story that he got carjacked and whatnot and whatever. So he went to the police station, got questioned. They let him go that night. He also gave a false name that night.
Okay.
He was, you know what I'm saying? And me and Debo got away. So I don't even know, you know, obviously my name was thrown around because I crashed the car.
Yep.
And they were looking for me. But other than that, yeah, so I got away, me and Debo got away. Like a month later, he's bagged, my man, he's bagged. He's in Middleton for that. And yeah, they come and get us.
Wow.
Joint venture.
Okay, so what are you thinking now when they come get y'all? Are you thinking that your boy sold you out? I mean, or was it?
Nah, I didn't.
How did they figure out that you were involved? Did one of the witnesses bring your name up? Or?
No, what's crazy is he admitted. He tried to take the rap for everything. But the police, when he took the rap, the police were like, yo, this is your best friend. This is your best friend. You're telling me they didn't know you had a gun and that you was going to go shoot somebody? So when he admitted to it and people put us at the scene, that's why they charged us with joint venture to the crime. And people were looking for me. You know, is my name being thrown around? They actually said I was the one shooting. But
okay, so talk a little bit. I actually just did an interview with my boy Smoke on the inside at Norfolk. I haven't put it out yet.
Yeah.
But he's serving a natural life sentence for a joint venture thing. So why don't you just talk a little bit about, for the people who don't know, what is joint venture? And is this something that they tell you right away? Or do you find out? How does that work?
Joint venture is pretty much just knowing. Like, it works like so for my case, it was like, you know, the cops were like, all right, he's admitting to it. But we know Kendrick and Samoset was there. So, they're all good friends, you know what I mean? I don't have to know like his intention. I just have to know that this, you know, he's blicked up and something could happen or whatever. I just have the knowledge. So if you have the knowledge and you don't want to be involved in that type of situation, I would suggest to leave immediately.
Do you think that that's a fair law? I mean,
absolutely not.
Why not?
I mean, dude, I didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
I actually told him, don't do nothing stupid. You know what I'm saying? I swear to you on, you know what I mean? That's what I told him. I didn't want to go to jail.
Okay.
My daughter was just born. I was trying to get this job.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. Now you are sitting in jail, right? Is this what you go upstate for? You get indicted? How does that work?
So I do get indicted.
Okay.
Yeah, I got indicted.
Did they give you a bail, or you sitting the whole time?
Yeah, they gave me a bail, 50 stacks.
Okay, might as well be $5 million.
Right,
At least to me, at that, you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
But
no bail to me. But,
okay.
So they give me a bail. That the indictment was crazy because I didn't think I was getting indicted because I was already sitting and doing the county bid too for violating.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So I didn't think I was gonna get indicted. You know what I mean? They didn't even find the gun, bro.
Wow.
So there was no gun found. Just spent shells in a magazine, empty magazine.
How do you find out that you're indicted?
My kid's mother.
Really?
I call her home. She's like, "Yo, your name's in the paper. You got indicted." I said, "Right." The next morning, I had arraignment.
Damn.
Yeah, it was wild.
So what's going through your mind now at this point? You're sitting in front of a superior court judge. You just had a kid, man. I mean, you're still young, but like, what are you thinking about your future? What are you thinking about yourself? You being hard on yourself?
Oh, absolutely. I'm scared too. You know what I mean? Like, and not like pussy scared, but
no,
like,
it's more the fear of the unknown.
No,
I feel like with that type of thing.
Absolutely. But you just gotta man up. But
yeah,
I'm my grandmother's getting old. My kid's just born. I want to spend time with my family. I want to do the right thing. You know? And now I'm looking at years for being his friend and staying solid.
And how old are you at this time?
19.
19, so you're still fairly young.
Right.
Okay, so this time you got to complete your suspended time. Do you end up getting your GED while you're in there?
Yes.
Anything like that?
That's
okay.
it, right there.
Okay.
On that bid, yeah.
So talk about what made you want to do that. I mean, good time or just...
Good times are obviously a good benefit, but like my mindset was still on trying to do
the right thing.
Yeah, like I wanted to focus. I had a kid. I didn't want to be like this, like I said, another statistic
Yeah.
or rotating deadbeat dad or whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean?
Okay, so do you wrap up this bid, or do you get a forthwith? Do you have to wrap up and still wait trial, or do you plead out while you're doing that time?
Yeah, so what happens is I get my trial set. I got 4 days left on. I've already been down for like 15 months. I got a couple months good time. I got 4 days left to wrap, and I'm going to trial. And my lawyer's like, no witnesses, kid, so far. It was like 11, and the DA's waiting for the victims to come and testify and whatnot. He's like, so, you know, when do you wrap up the county bid? I'm like next week. He's like, so yeah, it's looking good for you. 2 o'clock.
Witnesses show up?
Bam. He's like, yo, you still got a 50-50 chance of winning this. But, you know, I got a court appointed.
Yeah.
He's like, but if you want, you can cop out to this today. It was crazy. I don't even know why I took it. I took it because there was no other choice. It was either tell on my mans or take the bid.
Yeah.
So they gave me a year mando for the gun. They dropped the assault with intent to murder to assault with a dangerous weapon. Gave me a 2.5 year, and they made me do my 18 months, all on and after in Middleton.
Wow. So just run that back for me one more time. That was a lot. So you get So what? First of all, why not You said that they didn't find the gun. They didn't find. Why weren't you willing to go to trial? Was it because you know how it is if you lose that max that you're looking at, the scare tactic thing?
Yeah, and they charged us with felon in possession.
Okay.
So we had some. They obviously put the charges on steroids. They bulked them up. They weren't.
Right. Yeah, that's how they do it.
But it's like, yeah, it's crazy, dude. I didn't want to, do life in prison. I was, I just wanted to go home as soon as possible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was already comfortable in Middleton. I had a gym job, an intake job. I was making a little move.
So they gave you what, 2 on and afters from?
Well, it ended up being 3 because I was already serving the 18 months for the probation. So I had to serve that. Right after that, they gave me the year mando.
Yep.
And then I could be up for parole. So I was like, after 2.5, I could be up for parole. And actually, it ended up being 3.5. So what they did to me was they did the 18-month bid I wrapped, the year I wrapped, and then I had to do half of the 2.5, then get parole.
And they didn't count none of that time, obviously, for your probation violation.
No, sentenced the whole time.
And is this any probation when you got to wrap that up?
No.
Okay, no probation.
That's
okay.
why I took it too.
So how much time straight was that?
I ended up doing like 39 months, and then I got out on parole to a sober house.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did that parole go?
I was there for 2 weeks, and I went on the run.
Okay, so let's talk about that, right? You just got away with not got away, you did your time, but you were looking at, like, you planned out because you said you don't want to go away for the rest of your life. That could, make you think a lot. What happens? Do you have a plan to do the right thing again, and you can't adhere to it, or what happens?
At this time, bro, honestly, I just took it as a bail to get out, and I knew I was coming back. I had no money, no job, nowhere to go.
That's how I looked at parole, like a furlough.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Right.
I told my celly I'll be back.
Yeah, right.
For real, and I was back 30 days later to wrap up with a new case, and then another suspended. It's kind of how they do it. You know what I mean?
So you stay in there.
Yeah.
Rotation, baby.
That's it. That revolving door.
That's all it is, bro. And then it's crazy because you get stuck in that cycle.
Yep.
And bro, I'm still struggling right now. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm on unsupervised probation for driving to work.
Wow. Can't get ahead if you
They won't
drive.
give me my license either, but all my codies have it.
Wow. So you get out, you end up coming back. How long did you say? What happens? Do you come back with a new case?
No. I just went on. I just got drunk one night. It was summer, 4th of July, and mind you, I turned 21 in there, so it's like I'm out. I'm 22. Right. I want to hit the bars.
Everyone's at that age. I'm sure your friends are all doing that.
Yep. And I just went out partying. I failed the drug test. I knew it, so I just did. It was only a few days. Oh, I was nothing crazy. Grabbed the pack. Went back.
Okay, and then you went back, and you only had a few days left to finish
I had like
that.
9 months.
Okay, 9 months.
Yeah.
So talk about this time. You same idea. Do you end up going to the farm again?
I go to the farm, wrap up from the farm.
Is this the time where you think you got it right coming out, or like?
Mind you, so that bid, right? My daughter's just born. I catch the 5 years almost, pretty much. And that my kid mother left me for another dude, had another kid. So I come up, my whole plan's messed up now.
Right.
I went in with an apartment with this girl, starting a life with her and a kid. I come out, she's married to somebody else with another boy.
Wow, that could really throw a curveball in things.
Yeah.
So what happens there? Do you start to like self-sabotage?
Yeah. It's just like, first of all, I hit the dude off the rip as soon as I met him.
Okay.
I smacked him.
Any charges come from that, or?
Nah, he kept it solid. He actually fought back too.
Okay.
Yeah, he gave me a little squabble.
So is this when the addiction comes into play, the opioid addiction?
Yeah, right. Like, so that's around 2010, right? And then the perk 30s are hitting the scene, right?
Yep.
And my boy, he's bubbling off them. He got an Acura LT, same year type sports edition. You know, I'm looking at him like, yo, what? You know what I mean? So yeah, the perk 30s come around with partying, and I see everybody doing them, and they're like talkative and oh my god. So, they're like, yo, the perkies, dog. And my parents were doing pills at the time too. So actually, my first Percocet was my pops. He gave me a spoonful.
Wow.
Right when I had my right when we told him my girl was pregnant when I was on the thing, on the run. We were like, yo, she's pregnant, but I gotta go do that little time.
Okay, so you already kind of had a taste for it.
Yeah, but I wasn't addicted. Like, you know, I wouldn't fuck with it. I just did it because my pops. Oh, hey, you go have a good night. You found out you're having a kid.
This time's a little different though.
Yes.
What is it? Immediately you do one, and then you do it the next day, next day, next day, next. You know, you don't stop.
Yeah, and the thing is, I wasn't buying them or nothing like that. It's just we partying, and you know, I wasn't making much money at the time. I was more like third man hustling. All my boys were hustling, so I would act like I was
middleman.
Yeah, yo, I got you. Yeah, boom, make a couple dollars. You know, get high, get buzzed, get by for the night, some food, order out.
Wow.
You know, so
how long until you realize like, whoa, this is actually stop yourself. Let's take a look at it. Actually, this is an issue.
Yeah, it took a while, bro. I was chasing the perks after like probably like a month or two of partying, doing them, not realizing what was going on. Like I kept waking up every morning like, see, I don't need them, bro. I'm good, dude. You know
meanwhile,
but by 3
them.
o'clock, you know, I'm and dabbing. So yeah, and then it got crazy, you know, when the dope came. You know what I'm saying? Okay,
so talk about that that evolution, right? What happens is just, do you start eventually paying for it, and now it's like. Yeah. You know, the story I hear a lot is like, man, just do a little. And a lot of times it'll be someone sick, and they'll be like, yeah, just do a little bit of this. It's cheaper and it's better. You know what I mean? And that messed up way of thinking. What's your experience? Was it a friend that offered it to you? Or?
Absolutely. And there's my guy, I love him. I mean, he's missing right now. I haven't spoke to him in 2 years, bro.
I'm prayerful.
Yeah, I'm kind of nervous, bro. I tried to get in contact with him, but yeah, he you know, he was hustling, doing his thing. He always had bread. But we were addicts too. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he was like, yo, bro, I couldn't find no perks, but I found this. And I seen him do it. I was nervous, you know what I'm saying? But there's a little peer pressure, I ain't gonna lie, because nobody wants to get high by themselves either. Like,
yep. Misery loves company too, you know what I mean?
Exactly. So that happened, that evolution kicked off. I was hurting one day. I actually went from perks to Sobo, then to dope.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That was the evolution of it.
Yeah. So I had no Sobo. I couldn't find none. I didn't have a script. I was hurting. I had to go to work. And he's like, yo, I got this.
Wow.
And I was like, damn.
What's the situation at this point with your daughter? Are you getting to see her at all? I mean, she's moved on with another guy.
So when I first get out and she's, you know, doing her own thing, my daughter's like 4 or 5, you know what I'm saying, in between, and I'm getting to see her like every week anyways, you know what I mean? I end up getting a girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? And the girl at the time had a car. She was a preschool teacher from New Hampshire, white girl, excuse me, and so she was kind of showing me the right path too. You gotta go to work. You can still have fun, but you gotta go to work and do the right thing. So I was kind of doing good, but still had the mindset of like, yo, I need to get this quick, fast money type thing.
Yeah.
So I got to see my daughter a little bit, and we developed a relationship, but not like I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? I want to be like, now she lives in Georgia. She's about to be 19 on the 22nd. And I talk to her, you know, and she's struggling too with addiction.
Yeah.
So it's kind of rough.
Sorry to hear that, but a lot of times it is it's a genetic trait to it. You know what I mean? That happens, and.
Dude, I get it, dude. But I figured she would have learned, like, just, you know, me. I'm never there, and it's not because I don't want to be.
Right.
Because I do want to be. Half the time, most of the time, it's my stupidity.
Right.
But there is, like, 20% of the time that I had nothing, like, cops just picking on me type shit.
I mean, it's a mystery to me, because sometimes, you know, kids of addicts won't touch anything. Right. Some people, maybe that, you know, like, their mom or whatever is an opioid addict, so I stay away from that. But now I'm a drinker, right? So it seems like it's always something. Some people don't do anything. Some people do the exact same thing. So it's really, It's tough to call. These things just
Absolutely.
happen, but I like to think everything's part of God's plan, and we just got to try to do our best in the meantime with the knowledge we know. And so, how long does this last? Now you're doing now you're doing the hard stuff.
Yeah.
How long does that last until you catch another case that sends you upstate?
I caught a quick county bid. Did like
County bid.
Yeah,
Okay.
I sold 2 ecstasies to an undercover. I don't even know why he would want to buy 2 ecstasies. What kind of what kind of bus is that?
Right.
So, but he got me in a school zone.
Okay.
Yeah, so I ended up I paid for a lawyer, bill early out of Haverhill. He got me a year probation.
So the 90 days was just sitting trial while you were arrested, or that was the sentence?
Yeah, I got a year probation, 90 days to serve with 9 months, left over suspended.
Okay, and you came back to finish that suspended?
I came back, yeah, that got wiped out because I went up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So now you're out with a suspended sentence, kind of similar to my situation. Had a suspended sentence from the last bid, and then I catch the case that gets, I get indicted, second and subsequent offense, all that stuff, and I go upstate. So what is this new case about that sends you up the way? What happens? What leads up to that?
I start catching a little momentum hustling. Mm-hmm. Now, like, I don't know if all the hustlers in Haverhill just started lacking, but my phone started going crazy, bro, and I was tending to it. Like, I wasn't slacking. Like, I'd be there within 10 minutes, even if I had 10 people.
Yeah.
On foot, too. Looking like a crazy man. So they didn't look at me like I was bubbling. They looked at me like, yo, look at this guy. He's struggling. He's an addict. You know what I mean? I got 15, 2,500 in my pocket at all times. You know what I mean? But I was an addict too, so.
And that catches up with you and they raid you, or what happens?
Yeah, so my man probably ends up, there's a CI, but check it out.
Okay.
So they got a warrant. They end up raiding me. And the warrant says my sister, me, my man Chiz, and my boy Germ. And it's funny, me and my boy Chiz were meeting up with 2 girls, so we were on our way to get an outfit from Evelyn's in Lawrence. And my boy Germ, he's part of the crew, the team, we make bread together. He called me like, yo, I need a half a stick. Like, bro, we just hit you last night, what are you talking about? Like, half a stick. He's blowing us up. He knows we're together. He knows we're going to Lawrence. And finally, my boy Chiz, like, he's the one driving. He's like, fuck it, dude, let's go. Quick 200, and then we'll do it, whatever. Germ, he's our crew. I grew up with him since a toddler. I still don't have proof that he said anything, but he's the one that got me back to the house to get...
Right, can't be anybody else.
And he didn't get touched, and his name was on the warrant. And in my paperwork, he did it hand-in-hand. So it's like, it has to be him.
And when do you figure out that, like, his name was on the warrant?
On the warrant.
When they came in, they had said all your names?
Yes.
Okay.
I said, listen, let me see the warrant. She smacked it right on the table. I read it right. And then I got all the paperwork, obviously, on my discovery or whatever from my lawyer. But yeah, Germ, his name right there.
Right. So now you go back to Middleton.
Yep.
They're not letting you go to the farm this time, right, with the open case. How long are you in Middleton? And then, like, talk about...
I was in Middleton for probably like 9 months fighting the case. My sister's bagged. She's my co-defendant.
Oh, okay.
Mind you, my sister's bagged. My man's, where's he at?
Right.
He's not even on the run. He's still selling to this day.
Wow.
In the same house that was on that paperwork.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. So my sister's bagged, I'm bagged. My man Chiz is bagged, and we fighting the case. He gets some idea that he wants to like fight it. Like I'm like,
go to hoop.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, we got caught red-handed, bro.
Yeah,
You trying to flush it, you got to fight with the cops, like.
Why do you think it was? You think he was kind of nervous about the whole state prison situation, or was he delusional and really thought he was going to beat it, or a little bit of both?
That's missing right now. So definitely, I don't know what was going on upstairs, but for some reason he didn't want. He's a gang member too.
Okay.
So he probably knew he was going to the max.
Okay.
Off the rip. So, and he did go to the max off the rip.
Okay.
So yeah.
So talk about what happens. You get this. Do you take it all the way up to trial? Plead out on that day? I mean, do you have any pleas thrown at you that were like, whoa, that's too much? Nah. Let's see what we could get next time. Or
yeah. So I'm the one because I don't want to be in Middleton. I'm sick of Middleton, bro. This shit is trash. I want a TV in my room. I want to be single cell. Like I just want to chill, walk the yard, play poker.
Right. Start doing your time. Know what you're doing. Start doing it. Start getting good time.
Playing handball all day, just bugging out. You know what I'm saying? So my coach's like, nah, don't do it. And I'm like, Dude, I'm doing it,
Yeah.
bro. I'm not staying here, bro. We got caught. So I tell my lawyer, yo, get me the best you can get. You know, she comes back with a 5 to 7 in like 2 years, 3 years probation.
And
I
took
said,
that.
no, I tell him I'll take a 3 to 5 with the 3 years probation.
Okay,
So
and that's what happens.
They gave me a 3.5 to 5,
Okay.
and that's what I did.
Now, what about your Cody at that that
He
time?
took
Did he
the
end up going to trial, or
No,
he
he
plead
took
out
the 5
too?
to 7.
Okay.
Like 3 months later.
Okay. So, and then what? You go upstate that day. You get a little
No, I
stay.
get an execution for like a week.
Okay.
Yeah, because my man was my cellmate. He didn't even want me to go. But yeah,
Yeah. You got to do what you got to do, man. Adjust and adapt. You get upstate. Where's your first stop? Where's classification at this point? Walpole?
Yep.
Okay. What's going through your mind as you're pulling up to those Walpole gates,
I'm
man?
like, oh crap, bro! This is where like Bogues teams, man, and stuff. His mob boss.
Read those books.
The
Yep.
floors are red for a reason, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's like a freaking magnifying glass shining down on you. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm
But
sure you heard
I
all
also
these
know
stories.
a lot of people. You know.
Yep.
You obviously, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, it's a small system, like
Right.
we were talking about earlier, especially in a smaller state like Massachusetts. You know,
Right,
the
absolutely.
prison system's even smaller. So you get up to Walpole, you get there. It's classification, right? So it's not like the Walpole that we
Yeah.
hear about from the '70s, where it's
Right.
like Walpole. I think Attica in the spot in Louisiana. The name's skipping my mind. Whatever it is, it was like top 3 most dangerous prisons in the country at one point.
Yep.
So it's not our daddy's Walpole, right? We'll
Right,
say it
right,
like
right,
that.
right.
It's classification. You see the class board. You're not a gang member.
Nope.
Where do you get
I
classified
got
to?
low points on my charge because it's drugs.
Non-violent.
Yeah, non-violent.
You got your GED.
Yep.
That's minus a point.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. And the age thing. So you know what I mean? I'm over the age bracket. So I got like 4 points. I have to go to a minimum. They you gotta go to a medium first. So they send me Shirley medium.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I heard that is just like sometimes just that step up to the max, right? A lot of times.
That's exactly.
So talk about your experience in the medium. How long were you there?
I was Shirley medium for like 3 to 4 months. Yeah, it was quick, bro. I get there and off rip, like I said, I don't got no girl holding me down. I got no money coming in. My mom looks out here and there. Couple of my boys look out here and there, but I got no consistent flow of nothing. And my sister just got released because she only got 2 years because it's like she's not a criminal, you know. First charge, not first charge, but you know.
Whatever.
So,
Not the
yes.
record that you have
Right,
at that
she's
point.
a mother. She's done. You know what I mean? But so she's out now after she does her 2 years, and I found out that she's sending fucking deuce paper to somebody in the prison. And I'm like, what? So I called my sister. Yo, what are you doing? Like, I'm here too. You know, I'm your brother. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh no, I got you.
Instead of telling her like, what the hell are you doing? You got a kid. You're a
Right,
mother.
right,
You just
right,
got
right.
out yourself.
Right,
You're
exactly.
like, what about me? I mean,
Exactly.
talk about just that mindset at that
It's
point.
just-
I mean, is it just like this is your life now? You don't care about doing the right thing. You got a lot of time in front of you.
Bro, I didn't feel nothing. I just felt I had no family. I got my mom and stuff, my grandma, but you know, I can't.
Almost
They
a
don't,
survival mode kind
right,
of
they
deal.
don't got money. They can't let me call every day and
Yeah.
come visit me far away. And they got lives. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I can't contact my daughter only by writing. It's just. I felt like, you know, people didn't give it. Like, this is it, man. This is me, I guess. Like, this is what he wants from me.
Yeah. So I mean, how long are you there till you have this conversation with your sister?
Probably like 2 months.
2 months. Okay, so you're still pretty fresh in there.
Yeah.
And so, what happens? You get caught up
Yeah,
with
so
the meal
I get
situation,
through
or
a couple times. You know what I'm saying? Get the tester, get another pack. I made some money, but you know, I'm just trying to. Yo, here, I'm hungry here.
Right.
Yo, I want this here. You know, it's money.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
So yeah, and then I don't know if somebody told on me or they just discovered it in the package, but I got that. Yo, Samoset, Ips office, and I knew what time it was. I grabbed some Sobo, grabbed whatever I could, and I left. And introduction for the K2. They sent me to the max, and I ended up staying there till I got paroled, almost 3 years.
did they give you outside charges or just
No.
the institutional ticket?
Just the injury. They gave me. I thought they were gonna give me like some DDU ticket type thing. I was in the box. Mind you, this is my more like you. I only been in the box, you know, maybe
Right.
4 weeks tops.
Right.
They got me over here for like 60 days, 70 days, saying I got to get reclassed and all types of shit. So I'm like, what's going on? I get reclassed. They ship me to the max. I say I want to get it done and over. I don't even want. They're like, yo, appeal it, fight it, this that. I just found out my code E hit the max. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I'm like, fuck it. So I just, whatever, got classed to the max, and that was actually my best stop.
Really? Why is that?
I mean, it was just when I went there, it was like.
Was it having your co-D up there and just being
with,
together? Were y'all together on the same unit and
yep.
stuff?
We were on the same unit, cellmates for like a year.
Yeah.
And, no, it's like a big party up there, bro. The stuff that we were into, the cops didn't really care about.
Okay.
Up in the max, they care about shanks, gang stuff, violence.
Yeah. Is there a lot of that going on up there?
Oh, hell yeah. That's
So what are some things, I mean, are you always on lockdown? Was there riots going on up there? What was the craziest thing you might have seen up there?
My craziest thing I seen, dude, during meds, bro. He was on here too when Beast and bro. I honestly thought I was bugging because I was up in a single cell up on the top tier, bro. Right on, I think it was on the low side, and I'm sliding a stick of deuce. We're sliding a stick of deuce back and forth because we're locked in for meds, about to go to chow and shit. And I'm blitzed, from the deuce, and we're at the window and we're looking and and Swing I see Swing banging on his door, kicking on his door. Cop goes over there, let me out for meds, whatever. Long story short, eventually when Swing comes out, he comes out swinging right to the cop, and it was a wrap, bro. His team held him down, and that shit was real. We was locked in for a minute. Free them guys, they real dudes, man. Yeah, that shit was wild. I seen a couple actually. He's from Fall River, my boy. He got poked in the butt cheek. That shit was kind of crazy.
Oh,
too.
damn, yeah. I mean, do you ever sit and realize, like, how serious, like, the max was? And you were like, this is kind of, I got to kind of move a certain way. Got to be a little bit more tighter with shit.
You got to be militant, and you got to, your word has to mean something. You got to hold yourself a certain way, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, my Cody was a GD, and I'm a white dude. He's black, I'm white. He's GD, I'm nothing. We were cellmates. At first, his team was like, but then we pulled them in there and we showed them my pictures, how we grew up together, we were raised together, and they had mad pictures of us together and all that. So they were like, "Oh, that's his boy."
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So, yeah, I ended up getting cool with all them guys, the Kilby guys, Macho from Springfield.
Was it like a thing where you had to pick a side if you're cool with them dudes? Like, how do the white dudes feel about you?
I sat with the white dudes. He sat with the G.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was just more about the cellmate thing.
Right. That was more about why you moving in with a white guy. His team
right. Okay.
No,
and it was never the other way around. Like, why you moving with a black dude?
All the white guys knew he was my coach.
Okay, so it's non-issue.
Yeah.
And so you're up the max. I mean, you talk about the deuce. You're still just not really caring about sobriety and getting clean. I mean, do you eventually change your mindset with that?
I have never thought of sobriety in prison or jail. Like, my mindset is to get it because I need my time to be as smooth as possible.
Wow. You know what I'm saying? And do you think that doing that makes your time smooth as possible, or does it make it more difficult in the long run?
Way more difficult. You're chasing something, you don't have income, it can get crazy, bro. Especially if you're putting it on the tab type
stuff.
You know what I mean?
Owing money.
Yeah, poker too.
You start to prioritize that over like eating sometimes.
Yes,
and being healthy.
Oh, I'll just take one rum and no mix. You know what I'm saying? Nah, fuck that.
Yeah.
See, I try to get it all. I'm that guy that tries to get the drugs, the mix, the bag, all of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm cool with everybody too. Like, I'm not on the side. You know what I mean? Like, in the max, I got a kitchen job, and I got in culinary arts, and graduated culinary arts.
I mean, kitchen, culinary, it's all food related.
Yep.
What made you want to do that? Was it the fact that, money's not coming in from the outside like it should? So it's like, a lot of people will do the kitchen thing and they pay and you get a little bit of extras and it's a little hustle. You bring, I don't know about the max, but you bring oatmeal back. Everybody needs a hustle. Is that why you wanted to do that, or are you generally passionate about the food?
No, I just want what you said, bro. Yeah. You nailed it to a T, bro. I was hustling culinary food. I was hustling kitchen food, and also in the max, right? I was on the green side on K2 at the time. It's probably a little different now, but when I was there from 2017 to 2019 on K2, bro, the whole green side would go to the kitchen together. So like G2, H, not H, that's New Man. G2, H2, K2, we would all work. Like the workers would come together. So I got to finagle stuff from other blocks.
Yeah.
And for other people that wanted to send a message or like, stuff like that. Because I was neutral too, so I could talk to anybody.
Yeah.
So I had a good gig over there. I liked it. I didn't even try to get out of there until parole came.
And so is that what happens? You see parole from the max?
Yep.
And what happens?
They give it to me to a sober house.
To a sober house.
Yes.
Okay. So
I got the money in my account.
So yeah, how long between that and then you get it, you grant the parole, now you got to get in the sober house? I mean, how long does that take to get out?
It was like a 2-month process.
2 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
It didn't really, no interruptions. Kind of went.
Do you feel like the time went a little slower though, knowing like you're getting out?
Yeah.
Like it kind of it flies up to that point, then it's like
the last couple months, yeah, it does.
Drag.
Knowing that you're getting out, it does. That's why I used to try to chase the drugs. I try to be high all the time.
And you never told yourself knowing you're going to a sober house, right? I mean, sober's in the word, right? Do you care to even be sober when you get out? It's the same thing, furlough. Yep, mindset.
Furlough, right?
And if that's your mindset, you're definitely coming back. So
yes, I didn't even check in.
You never made it to the sober house?
Never made it to the sober house or the parole office.
Oh, damn. So you want to run right away?
Right away.
How long does that last?
About 7 to 8 months is when I link up with my shorty.
Okay. 7 to 8 months.
Yeah.
You're running around. Now you get back on the on the junk?
Yes,
too?
absolutely.
Okay. Immediately?
Immediately, I'm junking it. Because I was in there junking it too, on the Zobo and all that shit.
Yep.
So, I get out, I'm junking it, I'm a bum. I'm nothing, bro. This girl's a manager at McDonald's. She's taking care of me. She takes me in. I had nowhere to go. I fell asleep on her friend's porch.
Yeah. I mean, you ever start to feel like, because I've been there, man. We all need a, that's why it's called the bounce back, but we get some lows, man. You start to feel bad about yourself as a man. Are these thoughts going through your head, or is that why you're just doing the junk too, to kind of numb all that?
The junk is a good number.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it makes, like I said too, like from being in prison and institutions and DYS and programs, foster care, all that stuff kind of made me like emotionless, hopeless kind of in a way.
Yep.
But I'm learning, I'm striving. I know that if I stick to a routine, what I figured out when I was in the max though, was that if I stick to a routine and a pattern that I know I'm going to do every day, I can function properly.
Okay.
And I like it because I get up, you got a routine, brush teeth, get ready, go to work.
Yep.
By the time you get home, you're hungry, you just want to relax, watch TV, and next day do it again. It's
sure.
either that or go back.
So how does it happen that you go back? Are you catching another case? Do you turn yourself in?
No,
pulled over.
I ended up staying at her house until they found out. Somebody told, because I was in a whole other city. I ended up going to Lawrence. She lived in Lawrence at the time. Ended up going to Lawrence, and that's how I got the 7-8 months out of it. Got right away. Luckily, she took me in. She didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
I knew her prior. I didn't just meet her.
Right.
She's from Haverhill too, but it was a sad situation.
And how's that work on a PV? Do you got to go back to Walpole and class board?
It was like a parole officer bagged me, or like a SWAT team or something. They sent me right into the right to Walpole.
Right to the Walpole.
Right.
And how long are you in Walpole?
Another 3 to 4 months.
Until they send you where?
They send me to Norfolk during COVID.
So now, is it because you've been out this long? Your points are lower. All that stuff that kind of.
Yep, my points are still low.
Okay.
Now that the
tickets,
it's over. It's 18 months over, and now I'm back to go to like a medium.
Okay, so now you get to Norfolk, right?
Yep.
Now your only experience at this point upstate was what, Walpole, Shirley Medium, and the Max.
Yep.
Norfolk is a bit different. Why don't you talk about that?
Whoa,
it's more of a community environment and all that. So why don't you get into that?
Dude, Norfolk was just seeing what I seen there. I didn't expect it, dude. Besides one building, it looks like a college campus. You know what I mean? One building, the New Man building, and if you get lugged out the whole rotation, whatever, that's the only prison block. But other than that, it's houses, stoves, Ben and Jerry's ice cream. I was there during COVID, the whole time during COVID. So every prison was locked down.
Yeah.
We only came out for showers and phone calls.
Oh, so it was like lockdown type of
The whole
thing.
time, I didn't get to experience the real Norfolk experience. There was no drugs, nothing. So me and my man Beans from Fall River, I think he's from, we made a batch. We were selling, we got bored, dude. Made a batch. Football day, gambling, got a ticket in. But never out of ourselves. What does it matter if I go to the hole? I lose my TV. That's it. You know what I mean?
You already done watched everything at that point, right?
It's like,
it's 6 channels or whatever, maybe.
So I get hammered off the batch.
How much whole time do they hit you with for that?
I caught my DD. I ended up spitting in a cop's face. I don't really remember, but that's what they said. They bundled me on the floor, dude. I got a broken wrist. They ended up putting me on Tylenol 3s while I'm in the box.
Oh, with the codeine?
Codeine. 2 of them. 3 times a day.
Okay.
And I'm in the box, easy as hell to cheek.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I used to save like 12 of them and make the syrup.
Yeah. At this point, are they doing the methadone in the subs on the
Coming
inside?
It's transitioning.
Okay.
It's
Did
not,
you get on it like through meds?
I tried to,
Okay.
but it wasn't happening. It wasn't like there yet.
Okay, so you said they gave you a DDU ticket?
Yeah.
What is it? Assault on the staff with the spitting?
Yep.
Okay, and how does that work? You go in front of a disciplinary board?
Yep, it's pretty much like the same thing, but like, you know, like it's like you're indicted in the whole thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I was wrapping up in I had 6 months left.
And what was the sentence they gave you in the hole? More than the 6 months? Or they just said till you...
Time served, because till you go home.
Till you go home.
Yeah, it ended up being like, I ended up staying like 5 months.
Okay, so these 6 months... Now, is this when your mindset starts to change?
Yes.
Okay, so just talk about...
So
Is it one thing? Is it a gradual thing? I mean, the whole can make you really do a lot of thinking.
Yeah, it's very, I'm reading, I'm thinking, I'm eating, I'm healthy, I'm sober. I'm working
Sober
out.
part.
I'm working out 2-3 times a day, sober.
Mm-hmm.
No, nothing. Not weaning off, no assistant from this, nothing. So I'm feeling good. You know, I only get 2 calls a week. You know, I call her once, maybe call my mom, but really just call her.
Yeah.
And I start, I have to do it. It's either now or never. So if you go home, Joe, the decision you make when you go home is going to reflect the rest of your future.
At this point, is your daughter in Georgia already?
No.
Okay, not yet.
She's
So,
not.
okay, are you planning to get out and try to mend that?
So remember the stimulants money?
Yep.
I get out and that's popping off, right?
Okay.
So they give me that, right? But I owe child support for being in the for being locked up, and they never put it at the right rate. It all got wiped out anyway, got cleared, but because they did it wrong, and then I paid what I was supposed to owe. So, but anyways, they took my stimulants and they put it in my kid's mother's account. She called me. She said, "Yo, they just gave me $2,300 for you. What do you want me to do?" I said, "Well, if you don't mind, give my daughter $1,000 and then give me the rest." So that was like me coming home right away. I gave her a stack, like, "Yo, do right, put it away for your car. I don't know, graduate." So yeah, she got a little car, ended up getting her license.
You had no desire to like, let me take this money and I don't know, let me try to flip it or let me go have fun. No desire whatsoever.
No desire, bro. Honestly, because it was now or never. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to do something nice for my daughter.
Yeah.
And I didn't even think my BM would give it to me. I thought she would just say "fuck you." You know what I mean?
So talk about that adjustment from DDU, which is essentially whole time, right? You got your TV.
I made it to the U, but I was fighting the ticket.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I got. So you fought it the whole. You wrapped up from Norfolk.
Norfolk. Well, I was at 2
in the
weeks left, and I had 2 weeks left in Norfolk. I was there in the hole for like almost 5 months. They sent me to that Concord block when I had 2 weeks left.
Okay.
You know, there's like a block in Concord where it's pretty much the hole.
Yeah. That wasn't there when I was there, but I think I know. Was it J4?
Yeah, J something.
I forget.
J4, J5. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, still, it's not DDU, but I mean, that's probably even worse because you don't get a TV, nothing like you don't get the build up, all that.
So like an hour, 3 times a day.
So what's that adjustment like? Because it's one thing to even go from the hole to pop, and then it's one thing to go home from population, right? Now from the hole to the street, it's a big difference.
Yeah.
I mean, what was the biggest adjustment? And talk about that.
I mean, it was huge, bro. I mean, like you said, I was secluded, like, you know, I didn't have no contact. So, but my thinking, I had all the time in the world to think, bro, and my mind started going in the right direction. And when I got out, I was just determined, focused. I have to do it. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, I told her what I was gonna do. I said, "Listen, I'm gonna come home. I'm gonna go work at Market Basket. I'm gonna become a manager.
Nice.
I'm gonna get bonuses." And that's exactly
manifestation.
Yes.
That when you first got out, was there ever any incidents where maybe big crowds kind of was like a PTSD thing, or not?
Yes.
Not really.
I don't like. I still to this day, I really don't like being around a lot of people, like party wise. You know, but I will if we're having a good time and well. My stomach will tell me.
Yeah.
You know
So during those times, those last few, you know, the home stretch there where you're doing the right thing, you're thinking this is now or never. You know, you're doing the right thing. I'm sure there's a lot of self-evaluation, right? I mean, maybe not as much when you're getting messed up and stuff. So during that self-evaluation, just talk to me about some things you learned about yourself.
Well, I learned that hard work legitimately pays off in the end. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff will happen. You know what I mean? You will progress. If you work hard at something every day, brother, it's gonna pay off. And I learned, you know, I'm a hard worker, bro. Like if I tell you, you hire me and I'm gonna give you my best, whatever I can give you. And if you teach me something, whatever, and pass that knowledge on, I'll do the same. You know what I mean?
So is it one of those things that you took with you from the inside? The whole, like you said, up the max, you got to be a man of your word. Is that something that you still hold true to? And
oh yeah.
Why?
I just think that's very, very like integrity is very important, man. Like you gotta hold your word as value. You know what I mean? To me, anyways.
Absolutely.
If I say something, like I said, it's gonna probably happen unless I'm dying or whatever the case may be.
Okay, so how long have you been home now?
I've been home since February 22nd, 2021.
Okay, and what's been your proudest moment since you've been out?
The promotion to the manager at Market Basket. Yeah, dude, that was huge because I said I was gonna do that, and I did it.
I mean, how good does it feel to like set a goal, put the work in, achieve the goal, you see the fruits of your labor? Why don't you talk about that a little bit?
I mean, finally, like, you know what I mean? It felt good for legitimate money to come in and actually like help me, not just petty stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, actually, I can start a life, you know, buy a home, you know, get a car. And now I own 2 cars.
Yeah, nice.
I own a home. I don't own the home yet.
Nice.
I will.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, it's just hard work, man, does pay off.
For sure, man. So if you were to attribute the fact that you're staying free this time, a significant amount of time compared to all the other times, right? By the time you was on the run. Yeah, what would you attribute that main thing to be? Your sobriety?
Yes.
Okay.
And I do it for my sobriety too, you know, because like I said, if I'm just sitting doing nothing, my mind's gonna drift. Yo, you could get. When I'm sober, right, as an addict, an active addict, if I'm like not on anything, I feel like it's not fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we're going to Six Flags. Oh, let me grab a bag.
Right.
You know
Right.
But it shouldn't be like that, and I realize that now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm glad that the drugs is gone, bro. I've worked every day since I've been. It took me 2 weeks to get the job at. Probably 3. 3 weeks to get the job at Market Basket, and I've been working ever since. I'm not there now no more because I got a better opportunity.
Okay, that's what's up.
And I took it. So
why is it important to get that? To get a job when you get out? I just had somebody here and they said the 3 advices they would give, I think, was bank account, driver's license, and a job, right?
important things right there. I got 2 of those.
Okay.
They won't let me get the other one, but I got the bank account. I got 2 of them.
Okay.
And
what's up with the license situation? Is it just suspended for a certain amount of time? Is it a money thing that you got to pay off, or how does that work?
They're saying it's suspended. It was for 5 years, but the 5 years was up in 2022. But they started it in 2022. And then they're saying that it's indefinite for something else that I caught in driving without after suspension in 2015. Okay. Which makes no sense.
I mean, has that been like an obstacle? I mean,
yes, I had to appeal it 3 times and still lost. I said I don't understand how these people, you know, my Codies. They got the same thing, bro. 5 years lost a license for trafficking. They're driving legit. Okay. Not me.
I mean, didn't you have some driving without a licenses before that too? You think that may?
I had one.
You had that one time. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it might have. But they should have started it when they sent me the paperwork from the R&B. They said I never contacted them about it. I was in prison, bro.
So what are you doing as far as your sobriety? Is it just the staying busy working, or are you going to meetings, talk to a therapist, or being around like-minded people?
So my first year, I was in a program. It was I had 2 drug counselors and like a top clinician, but I was working full time at Market Basket, so they was coming to my house. Nice. I would see them 3 times a week. I graduated. It took a year. I graduated that. Okay. Then I slipped after that, and I had a relapse, and I went to detox right away. Nice. Never even had a run.
Wow.
First day.
That's growth.
Yeah, I went right to it. No, what was crazy? I was checking in for my PO. I wasn't even getting a drug test or nothing. And I was just like, I'm dirty. I messed up. Yeah. And he's like, go to detox. I went right there that day. And I haven't relapsed since.
Were you mandated to do the program when you got out, or was that a choice you made, and why?
That was a choice I made to make. Well, you know, it looks good too, obviously. But I needed. You gotta vent, bro. Yeah. If I don't vent, you know, I feel like nobody ever really listens to me. And when they do, like, they take everything I say like personal or literal. Like I'm sarcastic. I bust jokes, bro. Like it's not. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I just need to vent too, and don't take it personal. When it's not towards you, I'm just venting.
Gotcha. So, what advice would you give to somebody who just came home today?
I would say My advice would be stay busy, bro. And,
Stay busy.
you know, maintain some type of structure, bro. Get up and do something every day. It makes you feel like, you know, you're part of society, like you're actually putting in work. You know what I mean? Legitimate. We got to stop having that criminal mindset, bro. You know what I mean? Because there's been plenty of times at work or, you know, other places where people been like, I would have done something a couple years ago, but I just keep my mouth shut and just try to maintain.
I mean, what goes through? Do you have like a self-talk in these moments? Like, remember what's waiting for you?
Absolutely. Self-talk in the head.
I mean, I feel like that's super important. Some people will say people that talk to themselves are crazy.
Yeah.
But sometimes these thoughts come, and you gotta, you know, talk yourself out of it.
Right. Exactly. If you don't, bro, you know, split minute decisions. You know, you don't them
cost you the rest of your life.
Exactly.
Not careful, or cost you your actual life.
Right, bro.
If you're not careful enough.
Absolutely, and I just keep talking to myself consistently. Like, you know, like I've been going through a lot. Like with the buying the home.
Yeah.
I processed buying 2 cars. That one of them shit the bed right away. I paid $4,000 for. I put everything. You know.
Yeah, that's how. I mean, I feel like it is always like the hardest. Possible route is what's given to people like us, man.
So, and I'm going through that, and I'm trying to stay positive. You know, I'm trying to stay work. I always go to work, bro. Always. I have to.
What advice would you give to like a late teenager, somebody maybe in their early 20s, and they're kind of living that same life that you were living? If you were to get if they asked you for some advice, what would you give so they don't have to go upstate and get locked up?
I would tell you like this, bro. You're never gonna win. The streets. You'll never win. Bro.
Undefeated.
They're undefeated, brother. They always take you, and they don't take you to nowhere good either.
Yeah, and you got to even look at, even if you do win, what are you actually winning?
Right, really.
You know,
winning. My man, check this out. So my man kind of been winning, right? Hustling all his life, never had a job, still to this day. You know what I'm saying? And I said, yo, bro, in 15 years, when you're 55 or 60.
Right.
You never pay Social Security ever.
401k, yeah.
When they got nothing going on, you're going to trap when you're like 60, 70 years old?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to help him out too right now. I'm in the process of trying to save a buddy and look for a buddy, you know, but it's hard, man. When you're working 50 hours, you know what I'm saying?
But everything that's worth having is going to be hard. If it's easy, it's probably not worth having.
Right, correct.
You know, for sure.
Correct. Hard work, it feels so much more better and important to you, too.
I feel like even hard work, the work itself is good for the soul.
Oh, yeah.
You never mind bearing the fruit that comes with it, you know, in the moment. I always get out of work feeling, feeling good. You know what I mean?
It's a feeling, bro. And it's more, them are the feelings we need to have more. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if they would just give it a try, because, you know, I was hard-headed for years and wouldn't try.
Yeah.
But dude, I'm telling you, bro, you could do it. Look at people that are coming on this podcast, bro. Look at all the people you interviewed.
Right.
I've been
the so-called monsters
right.
and the people that are beating up CEOs and all that stuff.
They're making good, positive moves in society right now, and that's what we want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. And a lot of we make the most of a bad situation. You got to do what you got to do to get by. We may joke and laugh with each other in there and all this silly stuff, but at the end of the day, anybody, if you gave them a choice, they don't like it that much. Right. They would walk out. So like with all the glorification that goes on between Hollywood, TV, and music, man, like what's the worst part for the people who don't know about being locked up and being in prison?
The worst part is, man, if you really care about your family and your friends, you get stripped of everything. First of all, you don't get to make no decisions no more, bro. That door is locked. It's a wrap. You can make decisions in that little 4x8.
Right.
That's about it.
Right.
You know, so you're stripped of all decision making. You're stripped of your family. You're stripped of everything. Even if you did work hard for it, even if you were working hard trapping for it or working hard legit for it, it's probably gone. So you're gonna get out and start fresh. I would say, bro, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I did it. I'm 37, about to be 38. I've been doing it for 20 plus years, brother. I should have been way past where I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, but
I'm set back, but it's all good.
Absolutely, and you can't get caught in the comparison trap, right? You can't compare yourself to somebody that's never been in and where they're at it in life. You got to look at where you were yesterday or last week, and if you're progressing there, fair to say?
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
I know you said the house thing going on, right? I mean, What other goals do you have as far as moving forward?
My biggest goal was to get my license. You know, I was fighting hard for that. You know, I appealed it 3 times and all that, but I guess that's not going to happen. So
not yet.
Not yet. Right. Not yet. So I'm going to stay patient and wait till the time they said, which is 2027. Wait till then. Try to go for it again, and then try to finish this deal with the house.
Yeah.
You know, if I could own a house with some property, that would be amazing.
Nice.
Because its property comes with it.
So say everything goes right next 5 years. I mean, what's that look like for you?
If everything goes right for me, which there's usually always an obstacle to get by. But
for sure.
You know, it's hard. It's life. So it should be, you know, being a boss at my job, which would be amazing. You know, the new job that I just started off.
Nice.
And owning a house, you know what I'm saying? And having a functionable vehicle for me and my girl to drive back. A relationship with my daughter is going to be amazing. She's struggling right now in Georgia, but she's down there in the program, so hopefully all goes well. And
what advice would you give to her right now if she just called you and asked for it?
I would give her the advice that, listen, you know, I've been through what you're going through, and you need help. You know, everybody needs help. It's not, you don't have to be ashamed of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And if the doctor's medication is going to help you right now, stay off the shit and off the street, just go adhere to it, or whatever the word means.
Right, yep, absolutely.
Just go by it, man. And if it works for you, do it until you find, you know, what really choice you want to make. You know what I'm saying?
So talk about the music. What are your plans for that? I see you post some music online and stuff like that. Is it something you want to pursue a career-wise, or something you just do to blow off steam, a little bit of both?
It's always been a passion, dude. I love music, man. And I always been spitting, like, freestyling, house parties, fucking around, making beats. I even, you know, we had a little run in, like, 10 or 11. We was going to the studio. You know, I released a couple tracks with them FM dudes, Young Trigger, and Hook 'em and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got like 5 songs on SoundCloud. They ain't mine. They're just features. But I would love to pursue it, bro. It's just it's a job. You know what I'm saying? You have, like, you're invested into yourself right now. I'm in the process of doing that too. I'm going to the studio Saturday.
That's what's up. It's all the process. That's the word.
Yes.
That's the important.
Yes, and I got my man M Bully coming in the studio. Hopefully.
Okay, shout out to M Bully.
M Bully, you know
for
that.
sure. He's a beast with it.
Oh, he's one of the best.
What's your favorite thing about doing the music, man?
Oh, bro, it releases everything for me. I don't know if it's like, you know how the drugs release the whatever the
endorphins or dopamine.
When
whatever.
I hear music, bro, and I get I could hear just a beat. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, man. I just get in the zone. I'm not really a writer. I just jot notes, thoughts, ideas.
Yeah.
And I put them together.
So my thing too that I'm always big on, and it seems like this is probably part of that, is especially, you know, we deal with emotions, right? Depression, anger, all sorts of normal emotions that we weren't, you know, dealing with normally coming up. But I always say we need an outlet, right? Absolutely. Do you have an outlet? What is that, and why is that important?
I mean, I got an outlet, like, you know, I got a little crew behind me that nothing crazy, you know what I'm saying? But I got, you know, family. I got my girl that holds me down to the fullest. We're trying to build a good life together. Nice. You know what I mean? Trying to own some property, travel. You know, I never travel. My vacation, Walpole, Norfolk. You know what I'm saying? Shirley. But let's leave that behind.
Yeah, for
you know
sure.
What I'm saying? And my mom, she's awesome. Like, now, my mom and my pop's been in recovery for like 15 plus years.
Nice.
They're actually the ones helping me buy the house and land. They own half the land on this property. Wow. And they're gonna rent to own for me.
Wow, that's amazing. How much is, like, their sobriety? How much does that mean to you?
Dude, when I came out and I seen them clean, working, and having money, going on vacation, my dad has 3 4-wheelers, 2 scooters they're like motorcycles. They go like 80. He has a dune buggy. He has a tractor in the backyard. Dude, it's crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
It's amazing what you could save with that drug money.
You would think the guy is loaded. You know what I'm saying? But he's just working hard to get shit done. He has toys. He likes to have fun. You know what I mean? That's
what's up.
They definitely motivated me when I seen that, for sure.
Yeah, that's super
Shout out
important.
to them, man.
Absolutely, man. Awesome. So yeah, man, I appreciate you coming through. I don't know if there was anything that you wanted to touch on we didn't get a chance to, or some closing words, or if you want to spit something. if you got some music you want, you can spit a acapella, or you can send me some music or something like that too, MP3 or whatever.
I mean, I just want to shout out, Free the Real. You know
For sure.
what I'm saying? Hold it down in there, man. Keep your heads up. Shout out my man Dodie, my girl Nettie, my parents, my sister, my daughter, everybody, the whole fam. I love them. And let me do this right though. For the power of the dollar, I'll slice their neck. Especially for the green and the white connect. I like the sex, but I'll die for that dollar, cause my money scream at me when I want it to holler. So I'll ride with the llama, tucked under the seat, cause I'll die for this paper and I'll die for the street. Money, money, money be all I see. Big J Heater, bitch. I'll add me.
Hey, so tell the people tell the people where they can find you on social media.
J Heater, Instagram at J Heater 11. Facebook is J Heater 2. I just started that page. I got a personal page, J Money Samoset. That's like my main page, but I wanted to start a music page.
Okay.
But man, my YouTube too. I don't really do nothing on that yet. I'm trying to, like I said, I paid for a feature. I paid for him to be in the video, and we should be having something soon.
Let's go. Looking forward to it. Make sure you send it to me when everything's done and stuff like that, and I'll for sure promote it and stuff too.
Yeah, I'll send you a track, bro, too.
Yeah.
Check it out. I don't know if you heard anything on there, but
I just heard the videos, just you spitting on the thing. I haven't heard like a whole.
Those are just I post them because I don't care, bro.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But
absolutely, man.
I love it.
Yeah, you never know. Sometimes you just mess around, something might go viral. You know what I mean? Some people might like your stuff more than you like something. You never know, man. It's all about putting that energy out there. Just most importantly though, is like have fun with it.
Absolutely, it's a passion, bro.
So that's what it's about.
Even if I don't make it a career, I'm still gonna do it.
I said same with me and this, man. I have fun doing this. This is like therapeutic. This is an outlet. This is, my version of doing music now. You know what I mean? So
absolutely, bro.
All right, man.
You got a big platform, man. You definitely showing love to everybody, bro.
That's it.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, brother.
All right, and I appreciate you coming through.
Definitely.
All right, one more time.
Yeah,
guys, listen, I'm your host, B. Luke. My guy, J Money right there.
You know that.
Hey, it is what it is. What's next is what you make it. On that note, peace out. We out of here. Got a moment when they see you down.